Hi y'all, I'm Tammy at All About Living, and I don't know if you are coming back or you're new, but generally I try to teach you how to cook with only pantry staples. Well, sometimes in life you just gotta cheat. So instead of like an all-out cheat, I like to half homemade and half from scratch and half store-bought. So we're going to do this in stages, and then at the end I'll show you the whole meal put together. It's like a 50-50 split between processed and non-processed. So, okay, I didn't tell you what we were having yet, did I? We're going to have sweet and sour chicken with fried rice and egg rolls. And I'm going to cheat on the chicken, and I'm going to cheat on the egg roll. And today we're going to fry up some chicken tenders from Aldi's. These are our favorite chicken tenders. And we're going to have homemade, from scratch, fried rice. Yummy. How about some homemade sweet and sour sauce? Yes. That way it's about a 50-50 split. So let's get started. Okay, to make your sweet and sour sauce, all you're going to need is some apple cider vinegar, some apple juice, some sugar, some ketchup, some soy sauce, some salt, and some arrowroot or cornstarch. That's all you're going to need, all pantry staples. We're going to make us some sweet and sour sauce. All right, we're going to put everything together right here on the stove. So we're going to turn this on. We're going to get a medium flame because that's all we're going to need. Because you just need basically a small saucepan. You don't need anything big because you're only going to make a cup, cup and a half, 2 cups tops. All right, here we go. Okay, you're going to need 1/3 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. 1.5 cups of apple juice. Okay. Y'all, I can't find my 4th cup spoon, so this is a 1/2 cup, but I only need 1/4 of a cup of sugar. I'm going to drop that. Need 1/4 of a cup. 1/4 cup ketchup. Two tablespoons of soy sauce. And about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to let that come up to a boil. Okay, now that my sauce is boiling, we need to come over here and add the last 2 ingredients. You're going to need 1/4 of a cup more apple juice and 2 tablespoons of arrowroot cornstarch. And we're going to make us a little slurry, and then we're going to add it to our pot. Okay, you want to make sure that you don't have any lumps in your cornstarch or arrowroot. Just make sure it's good and loose. And we're going to add it to our boiling sauce. Sweet and sour sauce. Homemade, no MSG, no additives. Good to go. Okay, now we're going to get started on our fried rice. And fried rice is all relative. Whatever vegetables you like, that's what you put in there. What I have today is some onions and some mixed vegetables. If I'd have had some Asian blend or something, that would be absolutely what I would use. But I use what I have. So, you should go ahead and when you're going to make fried rice, make it up a couple of days or at least earlier in the day because the drier the rice, the fluffier and the better your fried rice is. And you're going to need some soy sauce, some far out feather dust, some ginger. Today I'm using mixed veggies and onions, and you're going to need 3 eggs. That's going to make up our fried rice. Okay, we're going to start by frying us 3 eggs. Alright, we're just going to mash those up just a little bit. Oh, you know what? And I am going to add just a little bit of salt. Not very much, because I'm going to have all that soy sauce, which is really salty. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there just so they're not flat. I'm going to give them a good whisk. I am going to use a little bit of olive oil because and if you have sesame oil, even better. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of oil in the bottom just so my eggs don't stick. And I'm going to whirl that around my wok. And then I'm just going to drop those eggs right in the center. Alright, you see on the outside how my eggs are bubbling up? What you want to do is take a scraper or just a good plastic spatula and slide that egg out from under and let the egg on top fall to the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to drop that just like that and then drop that egg back down. And what I'm looking for is a nice flat surface because I'm going to cut this up and then put it back into my fried rice. So I'm just going to, every time it gets nice and thick on the bottom, or nice and, I'm going to take that egg from the top and drop it to the bottom. Go in there and I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to flip it. See, I'm nice and brown on the bottom and I'm nice and flat. And that's what you want for your eggs in your fried rice. I'm going to transfer my eggs to a plate and we're going to let them cool. Okay, I'm going to put some olive oil in the bottom of my wok, maybe 2 tablespoons, just enough to saute my veggies. I have some frozen onions, and I'm just going to drop those in there. Hear that nice sizzle. And I'm going to drop my mixed veggies in there. This one just has carrots, green beans, corn, and carrots. And then we're going to sprinkle some ginger powder in there. If you have whole root ginger, you can grate some and put it in there. That would be wonderful. I'm probably putting about a half a teaspoon of ginger. And I love this far out feather dust. I want to say I got it at Trader Joe's. I'm not sure. I bought a couple of, I bought a couple of bottles and maybe a year or so ago, and I just finished my last bottle, or this is my last bottle, and this is really good stuff. It's called Far Out Feather Dust. It's an Asian blend, and it's so, so good. We're going to drop that in there. Probably a half teaspoon of that. And then we're just going to saute.
All right, folks, while these frozen veggies are heating up, we're gonna give a salute to Susan way over the pond in Poland. She's 5,122 miles away. Salute!
Hey, we're getting closer now, and it's just about time to add that rice. Get that rice in there. This is just 1 cup of cooked rice. And if you prefer, you could use brown rice. Okay, now I'm going to add my soy sauce, and I'm just going to put a few dashes at a time. See how it works out. That looks good, and I hear it sizzling to the bottom, so that's probably enough. Alright, I got my soy sauce in there now, and you can hear that sizzle. Well, I'm going to turn my wok down, probably about 20 degrees, down to about 320. And then just keep working it. Now, it's time to put those eggs back in there. Okay, and now we're just going to cut our eggs up into little small squares. So we're going to go across the plate this way, and then we're going to turn the plate around and do the same thing again. And you can make your egg pieces as big or as little as you like. We're just going to run that knife. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to notice once it's all inside of your rice. Alright, now we're just going to drop that right into that wok. Give that a stir. Doesn't that look like really good fried rice? Yeah. I love fried rice. I mean, I could just make a meal out of fried rice. That's just wonderful to me. All right, now we're going to give it a taste. I'm going to taste it. Randy's going to taste it. And see if I need to add anything. If I don't, then I'm just going to put the lid on it and turn it off and let it stay warm while I make up this chicken. It needs a little more soy sauce, but we're just going to run it same way across and back. And give that a toss. Okay, for my liking, I didn't put enough, so in goes a little more ginger. And in goes a little more feather dust. There we go. You can always add to, but you can never take it out. Okay, what I'm going to use for my sweet and sour chicken is these honey battered breast tenders from Kirkwood that you get at Aldi's. Now, you know, money-wise, this isn't like a terrific deal, but for Randy and I, it's okay because A pack is just under $8, and it's already battered. I don't have to do anything but either put it in an air fryer or an oven, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry them so that they're good and crispy and they'll hold that sweet and sour sauce. Here we go. I'm going to use both my eyes because I'm going to use my fish cooker to do this. So I'm going to put this, and then I'm going to put them both on a medium flame. Well, I might put that back one a little higher because it's a smaller eye. But let's start with that. I've already set my lard in here. I put like 3 good blocks, which should come up to about right there in my cooker, and which is enough for me to fry and flip these, and some egg rolls. Let's fry up those tenders. See, my grease is good and hot, and we're just going to drop those in. Randy and I only need like, 5 or 6 apiece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do one more for good measure. And you can't have sweet and sour chicken without egg rolls. And we're just going to drop those right in there with the chicken. I love this fish cooker. Okay, and you're going to want to keep an eye on them and turn them as they brown. Just don't walk off and leave them with the grease. Okay, they're good and brown now on one side, so we're going to flip them over. I don't know, if you guys hadn't tried these, you really should. They are so good, and you don't have to use them just for, Asian recipes either. I mean, they're good for anything. I mean, you put buffalo sauce on them, you put ranch, you can put blue cheese. They're just an all-around good chicken tender. Okay, I'm all nice and brown on both sides, so they're done. We're going to take them out. I still need a couple of minutes on my egg rolls. And then we are in the home stretch. Okay, let's get these egg rolls out. And here we go. Thanks you guys for watching All About Living. We got you covered with the sweet sauce.